I am Pranshul and my roll number is 2110994782. The goal of this task is to build an embedded device that uses Arduino to measure the amount of sunlight exposure and uses IFTTT to provide the notification throughout the day and the other notification when it stops. Moving on to the components needed. The first thing we need is good connectivity because Arduino can take some time to come online. If you have a good amount of internet or good quality of internet, that would be ideal. This is my schematic diagram. You may have a look. The BH1750 sensor, also known as GY30, is a light intensity sensor that will sense sunlight exposure. So moving on to the circuit part of the system, we have one of these. The second requirement is a good system in which you are doing to set up the IFTTT environment for the notification receiving in the mails. The third requirement is Arduino Nano and fourth requirement is BH1750 sensor. Moving on to the coding portion of the system, we have generated a string notify variable. VCC is connected to the 3-volt Arduino Nano. SCL and SDA are connected to analogs 4 and 5. Let's examine the code now. The light intensity sensor library BH1705 FVI.h was initially constructed. Next, two variables float light and float exposure was declared. In this setup, the time light sensor won't start, which would cause the sensor to begin collecting data. Now we have reached the void loop. You can see that exposure is equivalent to the light sensor dot's light intensity. This means that exposure will determine the light intensity of the light, such as how intense the sun is. And we are now setting the light equal to exposure. The message or notice we will receive is that there is sunshine present if the light intensity is greater than 100. Otherwise, if there is no sunlight, we will receive the message no sunlight and there will be no value. Now that we have this running, finally we reach the mail area where we can see that we are receiving emails. Thanks to the webhook we attach to our IoT hardware and receive IFTTT notification. Take a look at the first email. There was no light for few minutes in total until another one arrived. This was my code for starting IFTTT and configuring the light intensity sensor, which I used to wrap up my presentation. Thank you. Hope you like it.